In this lesson, we will build intuition for 3 schools of international business ethics. Then we will clearly compare event recording and interval recording in behavior observation. There are 3 major perspectives: ethical universalism, ethical relativism, and the integrated social contracts theory. Think of these as 3 different rulebooks for global companies. First, ethical universalism. Universalism says some moral rules are universal across cultures. A company like Uber would use one global rulebook everywhere. That means universal no discrimination, no bribery, strong data privacy, and fair pay standards in all markets. The same standards connect to every country office from one central source. Next, ethical relativism. Relativism says what counts as right or wrong depends on local customs and norms. So Uber would tailor its practices city by city. For example, surge pricing tolerance might be high in one city and capped in another. Onboarding rules or small facilitation fees might be customary in one place, but not elsewhere. Finally, integrated social contracts theory. It blends a universal moral core with room for local choice. Uber defines global hypernorms that always apply, then lets local teams add rules as long as they do not violate the core. For example, some countries add extra safety training or loyalty programs, or cap surge during emergencies. If a local request conflicts with a hypernorm, the universal core wins every time. In short, universalism is one global rulebook everywhere. Relativism is many local rulebooks. Integrated social contracts is a must-follow global core plus locally added rules that never break the core. Now, let us switch gears and compare event recording to interval recording in behavior observation. The correct distinction is count versus time sampling. Event recording, also called frequency recording, counts how many times the behavior occurs during the observation window. Each dot on the timeline is one occurrence, and the counter tallies the total. Anyone trained can use it. It is an observational method, not different from assessment as such. Interval recording divides time into short segments and marks whether the behavior occurred within each segment. Partial interval marks yes if it happened at all in the segment. Whole interval marks yes only if it happened the entire segment. Momentary time sampling checks at the instant the interval ends. So the correct distinction is option C. Event recording counts total occurrences in the period. Interval recording is time sampling that records whether the behavior occurs in each brief segment. Not A, because both methods can be used by teachers, analysts, or parents. Not B, because both are observational techniques. Not D, because neither depends on a special or uneventful setting. The key difference is count versus time sampling. Wrap up. In global ethics, choose your rulebook carefully: universal, local, or core plus local. And in observation, remember event recording is a count, while interval recording is time sampling.